introduce yourself to our lovely
Yeah,
audience?
I'm Dr. Renu Kishore, and I have been Associate Professor at Delhi University in the Department of Psychology for 44 years. And after I retired last year, I am now into private practice of counseling and psychotherapy, and I'm also in the field of mental health. I'm associated with a lot of educational institutions as well as corporate offices. But psychology is my first love, and I take every opportunity to, learn more and interact more. Okay.
Ma'am. Thank you, ma'am, for
You're
introducing.
welcome. You're welcome.
Ma'am, how was your experience in NDIM?
It was wonderful. I really like the way things are organized here. It's a very nice setup, very professional, and very hospitable. So thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Always
Very
appreciate-
nice experience.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, my question is, how would you train millennials to lead in future world?
I strongly believe that you need two types of skills. You need the specific skills related to the work field that you're going to go into. Plus, you need a lot of soft skills, behavioral skills regarding your personality, because you may be very good in your job, whichever job you're doing. You may be a good engineer, you may be a good doctor or whatever, but you also need a lot of work on your personality to understand your strengths and your weaknesses and to work upon them. And these days, we believe that academic achievement is not everything. A person may be a topper in an institute, but at the workplace, that person may not be so good because he or she lacks emotional intelligence. And regarding millennials, a lot of research has been done in the West. And in the West, the scenario is very different. There, the millennials or Gen Z now, I think you all are Gen Z. I'm not sure, X, Y, Z. There's so many terms coming in. So, in the Western world, the minute you are out into adulthood, you have to earn your own, you have to fend for yourself, you have to move out of home. So the millennial or Gen Z student has to earn also, has to take a loan and maybe study, or then has to find a place of work, and then. But in India, unfortunately or fortunately, I don't know, we have extended periods of youth. So when you're talking about world of work, that can come at any stage. When the 10+2 scheme came out by the government of India, then +2 meant that the person is not going to do a regular school and they get into vocational stream, and then they become carpenters or painters or technicians or whatever. But today in India, everybody wants to go in for higher education. So, but then even BA or graduation is not enough. Then you have to go for masters, then specialization. So what is happening is that the world of work is becoming so complicated. There's so many new jobs. The work scenario has changed, and the concerned person, the student, now stepping into the world of work, that student is also today a very different person. An Indian millennial has been pampered, the parents are paying the fees, parents are giving pocket money to the child, so they are pretty pampered. Sometimes I have observed during my counseling sessions and in my private practice that a lot of youngsters they just take things for granted because they're getting things on a platter. So we need to inculcate that sense of responsibility, value for hard-earned money of the parents. And then also I find the youngsters today, they're willing to experiment a lot. And they will jump. They're very impulsive sometimes. They'll jump from earlier times, maybe 10 years ago, people would stick to one job. Today, people will jump. So that is something which is happening, and boredom badi jaldi aa jata hai, so they'll get very bored. So we have to change our ways of dealing with them. So the mentoring that we were talking about, mentoring has to be done very cautiously. You have to have people who, as mentors, who are able to connect with the youngster and not be judgmental. And the youngster also has to take a liking to be able to respect the mentor and everything. So things are changing at a very fast pace.
Ma'am, in future, would you like to get associated with NDIM?
Yes, I would. Definitely.
Thank you, ma'am. That was all